right now it's crunch time, and I can't wait to see all of these projects wrap up and the final stage of the boat come to life.
Hey, I'm Kelsey, and this is my husband Patrick. We're scientists and avid environmentalists turned adventure elopement photographers. We've been living in Hawaii for the past 5 years. We're following our dreams and just bought this boat. Her name is Blue Planet, and we're renovating the entire thing. Follow along and watch the transformation as we prepare for epic elopements at sea.
It has been a couple of weeks since our last video. At this point, we've just been super busy with our day jobs as elopement photographers, Patrick's PhD research, and his parents were visiting. We haven't seen them in almost 2.5 years. So we just spent a lot of time with them and put all of our videos on the back burner. But in that time, a ton of projects have moved forward with the boat. So as you can see, we're sitting in our beautiful brand new white rebirth. There is still more paint to be done, but the entire boat has been primed at this point. It is Saturday, and all of the new paint colors that go over the primer are being painted on Monday. In order for the boat to get to this stage, we had to do a ton of prep work. So over the past couple of months, we sanded down every single wood surface. That included a lot of vacuuming and cleaning out crevices and fixing spots where the wood was damaged. But we're finally here, and the white looks amazing. I can't wait to see the next stage.
I did not know that you peeled up the floor and it's sticky still, so.
As you can expect, all these projects took a lot longer than we anticipated. At every corner, there was more work to be done on the boat, from grinding down the fiberglass so that new caps could go in to installing and replacing our subfloor.
And 2 coats of primer, it already looks so much better. It's like night and day in there.
In our original plans, we weren't going to touch the ceiling at all, but decided that it was going to make a huge difference. So the ceiling was caulked, sanded, had pieces replaced, and was eventually painted a beautiful white. I know there's going to be some salty sailors in the comments saying, "Why did you paint the wood?" But we love the bright and airy look, so fight me, bro. By the time we got to budgeting for the aft stateroom, we had already spent so much money on the galley, so we had to come up with some creative solutions, including keeping some of the original cabineting and adding these pieces around the bed to have a little bit of extra storage. We love the new paint, but let us know what you think in the comments.
Since my parents were in town, we took advantage of the free labor and put them to work doing some easy jobs around the boat. First thing we tried to tackle was cleaning some of the winches. They're supposed to be nice and smooth and easy to operate. Ours were very sticky and clearly hadn't been serviced in a while. So we took apart a couple of those, greased them, re-lubricated them, put them back together. Unfortunately, only got to 3
of 8.
3 of 8 have been done. So.
But we know how to do it now, so hopefully it's smooth sailing from there.
Almost done? Is this winch number 2?
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
2 and 3 of 8.
Nice. This winch has not been serviced yet, as you can tell.
My mom worked on waxing the boat hull, so that was in preparation for putting our name on. So for months now, our boat has been sitting here with no name on the outside.
More than months, because the previous owners didn't have her name on either. We kept the name, but needed to put it on the sides of the hull and also the rear transom.
So we got these nice big vinyl stickers that we tried to do ourselves, but it was very hard to do, just the 2 of us, so we took advantage of having 4 people on board.
We really wouldn't have been able to do it ourselves, or the name would have turned out super crooked. And honestly, this is my favorite project that we've completed so far. We could not be happier with how it turned out.
So the very first thing we had to do was actually measure our transom. We don't have a dinghy and had to get creative for how we could actually reach the side of our hull. You could not pay me to go in the harbor water, and I'm so thankful that Patrick is willing to.
Way easier than a dinghy, I guess.
We use lettering.com to order our custom vinyl stickers. They make it super easy. We didn't actually like any of the typography options they had, so we decided to design our own. Then we had to get creative for how to actually put the letters on the boat, and Patrick's dad did this for us by hanging the hammock off the back of the boat, which might be my new spot to relax. We had to clean the hull, size it out, make sure that it would fit and was level, which is very difficult to do on a moving boat. And then apply it by kind of scraping the sticker until it sticks and can eventually be peeled off. Oh, and we also used soapy water to make sure that we could actually position the sticker and change where it sat slightly after it was already on the hull. Super important, otherwise it would have definitely been crooked. This was for sure a 3-person job, so I wouldn't really attempt to do a lettering job this big unless you have extra hands to help. And not only did we do our rear transom lettering, but we also put the name on each side of our hull. This is a white sticker going over the black line, so the only thing that we don't love is that the sticker itself now looks a little bit gray and not white, but it is totally fine and we are not going to be changing that. Ah, I love it. Let us know what you think.
Hi. Goodbye.
Patrick's parents also helped us with sanding the tow rail and bow pulpit. The bow pulpit had a bunch of varnish just peeling and flaking off and was looking really bad. Plus, it's outside, it rains here every day, so the longer we leave it, the more weathered it's going to get.
There's still a few bits of white paint from the hole that I couldn't quite get off because of the angle, but it used to come out to like right here, so I think it looks a lot better than it did.
Unfortunately, this project is on hold because we are on an island and there is no varnish to be found anywhere, and shipping it is gonna cost several $100s. So we're just waiting for any ship to arrive that hopefully has varnish on it, and until then we really can't do anything else. Most of the boat has been worked on by our amazing contractor who we hope to introduce to you, but there are some projects that we have done pretty much exclusively ourselves, and one of those is the engine room.
So the engine room was extremely disgusting, caked in a bunch of grime and mildew and just wires everywhere. Nothing really made sense. You can tell that it was 40 years of electrical stuff piled on top.
Literally, there was wires going to nothing. Like,
yeah.
You would pull out a whole bunch and we don't know what they're for.
And so I brought in an electrician to make sure that everything was sound, and fortunately for us, we did this because he said a lot of the electrical stuff in there was a fire just waiting to happen. Kind of scary. So while he's working on ripping out all of the electrical equipment and putting in brand new wiring, we decided to basically redo the entire engine room itself. So
as much as we could without moving some of the engine components that have to be stationary.
So first thing we did was cleaned everything, sanded it all down, and basically prepped it to be painted. So we got some plywood to cover some of the damaged walls that were already in there. It's just surface damage, not structural. So put in some new wood, primed it, painted it, and looks nice and bright and clean now.
We scraped and sanded the fiberglass that had chipping paint that I think is original from over 40 years ago, and painted those areas as well with a bright white. And only half of the engine room is done at this point, but it is a world of difference.
After we first got the boat, when we were cleaning out pretty much every nook and cranny, we discovered, unfortunately, that the boat had some living termites still inside of it.
And after cleaning and removing all of the termite poop and making sure that there was no residual poop, we found new termite poop. So we knew that there were still active termites on board, and while we tried spot treatments, it really didn't work and there was no guarantee.
With all the wood going into the boat, fresh and clean, we definitely don't want any of these termites to spread to the new areas. So the best way to get rid of termites was to tent the boat, which I didn't actually know was possible, but apparently it is. Last but not least, we have new sails that finally came in and they're ready to be installed next week. So we're looking forward to that, having brand new, what color sails?
What color? It's gonna be a surprise. Check back, we'll do a future video on just the sails.
So looking forward to that, having a stack pack, lazy jack system, and right now having our old sails out there, kind of gross. It's the only gross looking thing on the boat now, so time to get them out.
The engine is currently disconnected from the starter battery, so we couldn't take the boat out even if we wanted to, but also really looking forward to having the electrical system finished. There's been a bunch of beautiful sailing opportunities recently with the weather, and we haven't been able to take any of them. So really want the electrical to be finished so we can actually leave the dock again and put the new sails to use. But right now it's crunch time, and I can't wait to see all of these projects wrap up and the final stage of the boat come to life.
It was really nice to have help for a couple of weeks, but even better to get out in nature and actually do some time exploring and stop working. We're so thankful for everyone that's been following along with our journey. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Our next video was going to be about the engine room, but unfortunately we lost that footage. Instead, we're going to do some transformations of each room. Let us know which one you're interested in seeing first.
Love you, Mom and Dad. You're probably one of our only subscribers at this point. Thanks for the support.